Alright, so let's get to it. So we're going to be going over the flash fill function in Excel. So you can see right here we have a couple lists. We have our names, so maybe some employee names and their hire date as well. So right now it's broken down by last name, comma, first name, and maybe we just want to get the first name. So in the cell right next to this first name on the list, we're just going to type in the first name, Howard. And then there's a couple ways we can do this flash fill. So if we go over here to our home tab and in our editing section, we have this fill. So we can go ahead and just click fill down or flash fill as you would do. But the other way and quicker way would just be hitting Control and E at the same time. And you can see it found what we were doing with these names. So it found that we're just taking that first name, so after that comma and space, and it filled it in for us automatically the rest of the way. And we could do the same thing for the last name. So I can even go to the column over again. So next to these first names, I could type in the last name. So I'm just going to type in Smith, and it's going to just find the pattern. It's going to find the pattern of what we did with this first column. So we took the last name. I'm going to hit Control E, and you see now we have all the last names. And that quickly, we're just able to separate first name and last names just by typing in the first one, hitting Control E, and it was filled in for us. And we even got this name at the top because I realized these are names. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna hit Control Z a couple times. Another thing we can do if we want to, we could take the first initial of the first name and then type in the last name. So H.Smith. Now I'm gonna hit Control E again. And you can see now we just have the first initial of all the first names plus the last names. So that's a great tool. We don't have to sit there and try to type it out, type any formulas. We just have to do what we want, and if Excel can recognize the pattern, then it will flash fill it for us. So we can also try one more thing. We could try to do an email. So maybe this is a company email, H, so it'd be H, the first letter, the first name, last name, at, doesn't matter, madeup.com, and then we'll hit Control E. And as you can see here, we got H's to begin, and then we got last names for all of these names. So that's not exactly correct. So I'm going to hit Control Z to erase that flash fill. So in this case, we would just have to give it another example. So it'd be Joe Gonzalez at madeup.com. So now we gave it a couple examples, and now Excel should be able to find the pattern. So now when we hit Control E, you can see now they got the right first initial of all these names plus their last names for the emails. And the hire date, same thing. Maybe we just don't care about the whole date. We just want to take the year. So 1991, I'll hit Control E. And you see here, now we just have the years. And I can do the same thing. We can just get the day, or we could get the month as well. So Control E, so now we have month. And then we could just type in here at the top, year and month, just so it's clear what they are. But you see how simple that was? We didn't have to type in any formulas, use left formulas, right formulas. We're just able to type in exactly what we wanted on that first row and then flash fill and let Excel find the pattern that we're doing with this with these dates and then with these first and last names. So it's a great tool. That's the flash fill tool. Remember, Control E is how we're getting the flash fill for everything. And remember, if it's not right on the first time, try to type in again on the second row under. So give it a couple examples, Excel a couple examples, and then it can find the formula or find the pattern that you're kind of using for your formulas, and it will flash fill down for you. And if we scroll down, you can see it went all the way to the bottom. So that's flash fill.